Alright, what's up everybody? This is the TPMaster. Right now we're going to read a story called Survivors by Eren Hunter, one of my favorite personal authors, and one of my favorite. Right now we're going to read The Empty City. I've never read this book before, but I have read her Warrior series, and I love it to death. And I've read some of the Seeker series, but that's when I was younger and I really didn't understand it. I'm probably going to read that again. So, this is the prologue. Yap wriggled, yawning, and gave a small excited whimper. His littermates were a jumble of warmth against him, all paws and muzzles and small, fast heartbeats, clamoring over him. Squeak stuck a paw in his eye. Yap shook his head and rolled over, making her fall off. She squeaked with indignation as always. So he licked her nose to show there were no hard feelings. The mother dog stood over them, nuzzling the pups into order and licking their faces clean, trending her ritual circle before curling around them, ready for sleep. Wake up, Yap. Mother's going to tell us a story. That was Squeak again, bossy and demanding as ever. Their mother dog washed her. Oh my goodness, I just can't speak today. Their mother dog washed her affectionately with her tongue, muffling her yelps. Would you like to hear about the storm of dogs? A thrill of excitement ran down Yap's spine, and he whimpered eagerly, yes. Again whined Squeak, but the others trembled over her, drowning her protests. Yes, Mother, the storm of dogs. The mother dog settled around their small bodies, her tail thumping. Her voice grew loud and solemn. This is the story of Lightning, the swiftest of dog warriors. The sky dogs watched over him and protected him. But the earth dog was jealous of Lightning, so she thought Lightning had lived too long, and there it was time for him to die so that she could take his life. So she could take his life force. But Lightning's speed was so great that he could outrun the earth dog's terrible growls. He could outrun death itself. I want to be like Lightning, yelled sleepily. I could run fast, I bet I could. Shush, said Squeak, squashing his nose with a golden furred paw. In spite of her protest, Yap knew that she was caught up in the story like the rest of them. Then came the first great battle, the mother dog went on, her voice hushed. The terrible storm of dogs, when all the dogs of the world fought to see who would rule over the territories of the world. Many stories are told of those dreadful days, and many heroes were made and lost in the battle. At last, the earth dog thought Lightning's life force would be freed, and she would take his body, as was her right. But Lightning was cunning. He knew, and he was sure that with his speed he could dodge his death once more. So the earth dog laid a trap for him. Yip's ear flattened against her head. That's so mean! Their mother nuzzled her. No, it isn't. Yip. No, it isn't, Yip. Earth dog was right to claim Lightning. That's the way things should be. When your sire dog died, his body fed to the earth too. Yeah, that's right, because when things decompose, they're absorbed into the earth. Just my 2 cents. Suddenly solemn, all of the pups listened in silence. Lightning tried to escape the storm of dogs with his speed. He ran so fast between the whirring dogs that none of them could see him, to tear his body apart with their teeth and claws. He was almost clear, almost free, when the earth dog sent a big growl to open the ground in front of him. Even though he'd heard the story so many times, Yap held his breath and huddled close to his littermates, imagining that this time lightning would fall and be eaten by the terrible rip in the earth. Lightning saw the ground open up to swallow him, but he was speeding so fast that he couldn't be stopped. He feared that the earth dog had him at last, but the sky dogs loved lightning. Just as lightning started to plummet to his death, the sky dogs sent a great wind that spun so fast and so strong. It caught lightning as he fell, lifted him up, and whirled him into the sky, and there he remains, with the sky dogs to this very day. The pup snuggled more tightly against the mother's side, gazing up at her. "Will he always be there?" asked Yao. "Always. When you see fire flashing in the sky, when you see sky dogs howling, that's lightning running down to the earth, teasing Earth Dog, knowing that she will never catch him." She licked Lap's face. Sleepy face. He could barely keep his eyes open. "I've heard dogs say that one day there will be another great battle. When a dog displeases the Earth Dog, then dog will fight against dog. The great heroes will rise and fall." Yao gave the great yawn, floppy with tiredness. "But not for a long time, right?" We don't know. It might come soon, it might not. We must always watch out for signs. They say that when the world is turned upside down and broken open, the storm of dogs will come again, and we'll have to fight to survive once more. Yap let his eyelids droop. He loved to fall asleep to his mother's stories. This is how it would always be. He knew her voice fading as sleep overwhelmed him and his littermates. The mother dog curled protectively against him, and the end of the story, the last thing he heard, it ended the same way each time. "Watch out, little ones. Watch out for the storm of dogs." And then begins Chapter 1. So, this is the first chapter, Survivors, the empty city, and it sounds interesting. It's a very new way to start a book for Eren Hunter, because with me reading Warriors, she's always started it with either a battle or some important event that's happening, or something like phenomenal, or like a prophecy or something. But, well, I guess this started off with kind of a foreshadow. But this chapter, or prologue, was, like I said, not very like Eren Hunter. So, yeah, if you guys like this video, please drop a like, and please subscribe, and tell me if you want to hear more of this, and I'd be glad to read more of this. It sounds interesting. And this is the TPMaster, over and out. Boop.